Hi, this is Bird from Birds SVGs, and in this video I'm putting together the rectangular shadow box photo frame. The great thing about this photo frame is that the basis of your box, your shadow box, is actually just one piece of card. So it's ever so easy to cut and put together. So when you're folding along all of your score lines, all you need to remember to do is to fold towards the center, because ultimately all of our edges are going to be rolled into the middle to form the kind of edge. So first step is to add some tabs, add some glue to these little corner tabs, and that's going to form our four corners, because we want to make sure that we've got nice right angles on our corners. So I'm just adding some glue on all four of those little tabs before I start actually rolling any of these sides into place. So you want to add some glue to the end tab, and you want to tuck it underneath, and then you want to roll your side until it forms a square. But the only thing that you need to bear in mind is that you need the front edge to line up with the three little score lines. Well, they're not score lines, they're kind of little scores. You've got three of them in a line, and that indicates where you need the front edge or the inside edge of your box frame to line up with. And that's just so you know that your edges are all square, and also that your insert will fit inside. Now to do the ends, we're just going to add some glue to these little end tabs, just so the corners are nice and neat before we roll those up. So again, add a little bit of glue to these ends. And then once we're happy that they've taken hold, we can roll up our two end pieces. So add some glue, and then I'm turning it away from me because it's a lot easier to see those little score marks. And I'm just trying to make sure that the front of my box frame there is lined up with those score marks. So I'm trying not to cover them over completely, but I'm trying not to expose them either. I'm trying to actually make sure that front edge is bang on those three little score marks. And then we know that everything's at right angles. And that's it, done. That's the kind of construction piece of our box frame. Okay, so we're moving on to our inserts. So your inserts come as a pattern paper piece and a backing layer, and you actually get a choice of three. The other two are included in your bonus folder, so if you have a look for those, you'll see those. I'll just show you those in a moment. So your other two options are a rounded square or heart shapes. Okay, so I'm adding my photograph behind my apertures. I'm using the oval. And I cut my photograph into two. Actually, I printed it off twice because I needed them to be slightly further apart. So I printed my photograph off twice, and then I cut the couple individually so I could fit them exactly where I wanted them behind my little ovals there. And because I'm going with a photograph of a couple at their wedding, I chose my pattern paper to match with that, so it's kind of like a wedding theme. And also my keepsake that I popped inside my box, I chose those kind of sprinkles, the table sprinkles you get at weddings, which are kind of like acrylic crystals. So that's the great thing about shadow boxes, is that you can actually put loose keepsakes inside. So it could have been flower petals or anything really that you might want to keep as a little keepsake. If you didn't want to use the insert apertures that are given within the download, the gap inside the box frame is actually just shy of 4x6. It's actually 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. So you can just put a rectangular photo in there. Okay, for this backing layer, when you're gluing it into place, you want to be careful not to place your glue behind the two areas here, your two fixing areas. So that's the only thing to remember. So then you've got the option later on to either hang it up on the wall, or to use the stand if you're going to stand it, say, on a side table or on a bookshelf or anything like that. And you want to make sure that you don't put that on upside down, because I have done that. So if you put your picture together first and then you put your backer on, that's a lot handier. So here, just like I mentioned, I'm adding some of those crystal kind of table sprinkles in as my little keepsake. I'm trying not to add too many so it doesn't obscure the photos at all. And then I'm going to close off the front of my shadow box with a piece of acetate. So I've just added a little bit of glue, not too close to the inside edge, because it does spread an awful lot. So I'm just lightly tapping it into place, and then I'll set it aside to dry. And then I've got my front piece of pattern paper. I was careful to put this on the right way up, so it lined up with the pattern paper on the insert. It's those little things that you don't think of at the time that, you know, make it, finish it off nicely. And that covers all your workings, and I think it you know, really finishes it off. And not only would this be a great piece of home decor for you to remember an occasion, but I think especially being the perfect photo frame for a couple, it would be great to give as a gift for an anniversary or an engagement or something of that nature, or for your partner for Valentine's Day. So I really hope you enjoy making it, adding your keepsakes and gifting it as well.